Jay Runer here, and today I asked myself a question. Does the final drive really matter when tuning the transmission? In today's testing, I'm going to be using a 2002 Z06 bone stock, except for the racing transmission. I'm going to tune the gears, and then I'm going to use the ratios of 2.2, 3.6, and 500. Each one will be represented as speed, middle, or acceleration based final drive. Now you're probably asking yourself, 500 isn't the maximum that the final drive ratio can go to. Well, while protecting the integrity of top end, I had to find where the Corvette could still reach its top end and also do the gear ratios also. So that's the reason for that, because if it was at 600, the car wouldn't reach its top end. So that's the reasoning for that. And from that number, I figured out the middle ratio, figuring out in between the lowest, and, math stuff. So moving on. Now, each test is being recorded in 60 frames per second, and I'm going to go back and watch it frame by frame to give you the most accurate 0 to 60, 0 to 100, and quarter mile times. Each gear was tuned to achieve the same mile per hour. So first gear will achieve 69 miles per hour, second gear will achieve 96 miles per hour, third gear will achieve 122, fourth will be 155, fifth will be 191, and sixth gear will achieve 197. I did this just to show if the final drive actually matters in between each gearbox. Now, the final drive is the only thing that changes. The mile per hour doesn't, and the gears will, fluctuate with that, but each gear will go the same mile per hour. I just want to see if there is any micro difference in between tuning. Now to the numbers. Starting off with the 360 gears, 0 to 60 was 4.338, 0 to 100 is 9.360, and quarter mile is 12.813. Going to the 500 gears, 0 to 60 is 4.354, which isn't much difference. It's a little bit slower. 0 to 100 is 9.360, exactly the same as the 360 gears. And quarter mile was 12.796, which was not much difference at all. Moving on to the 220 gears, our 0 to 60 is 4.254, which is a significant difference by 1/10 from the acceleration gears or the 500 gears. Our 0 to 100 is 9.276, which is another almost 10th of a second in between the acceleration gears and the 360 gears. And a quarter mile, it is 12.746, which is not significant at all. Then I asked myself another question. Would this make any difference on the track? Now, to test this, we're going to be using Monza, the speed course, since it is fairly easy and you can get very consistent lap times. Starting off with the acceleration gears, or the 500 gears, the fastest time I was able to run was a 54.921. The 360 gears, the fastest time I was able to run was a 54.864. And for the 220 gears, which this was very surprising that I ran this consistently, very consistently, a 54.679, which that's a difference of 0.185 tenth of a second in between the 360 gears. Now, for a conclusion here, there has to be something different here, and why? Why is this? Well, I would say with the speed final drive, a full speed final drive allows you to fine tune the accelerated gears, because your gear ratio is extremely high, at first gear being 3.67, which is kind of unheard of in most cars. So maybe that has something to do with it. You can get a finer tune out of using the final drive at maximum speed at 220. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But consistently, I got different times. So there has to be something to it. This has been Jay Runer. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.